Today we're going to get like a 3-in-1 review as we figure out what is all the hype around pour over coffee. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Ras Reviews. I am Raf, and on this channel we say don't spend your hard-earned money on something that may not fit your needs. Let me try it out for you first, help you decide whether or not something that you want to buy. Now, today's review is not sponsored. I purchased these products on my own, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've heard the hype about pour over coffee and how amazing it is, so I kind of wanted to put that to the test. And of course, I have none of this equipment to begin with, so purchased a few items that we'll take a look at today, and I'll give you my opinion on the products and also my thoughts on the pour over coffee. Okay, so the first thing that we have is the Cosori Original 8-Cup Pour Over Coffee Maker. So what comes with that? You get a filter basket, the carafe itself, and a little measuring scoop. And then we've got the Melior Bullior Gooseneck water kettle. So basically it's something to boil water with. So the reason why people use the fancy gooseneck thing, I think it's just easier to pour over the coffee grounds. So there's numerous different types of these pour over containments. I've seen ceramic ones that just sit on the cup, but I thought it was pretty cool looking, so I went with that one. Okay, so the way that this works is you take your filter, plop that in there, and then it says measure 1 of these tablespoons of ground coffee per 4 fluid ounces of water. So I just have some regular off-the-shelf coffee. They say it's best to have kind of like a medium grind. And since the ratio is 1:4 for the water, I just got a 16-ounce bottle of water. I'll go ahead and pour that into this kettle. So then the kettle just sits on top of this base and heats up, so we'll go ahead and get the water heated up and then we'll go from there. Okay, if you look at the bottom of the kettle, there's just a little push button here. We'll push that down and that'll get the process started. And we'll time to see how long that bottle of water goes from room temperature up to temperature. All right, we got the stopwatch going. While that's happening, I'll go ahead and get the coffee inside the filter. So like the box said, we'll do a 1:4 ratio. So I'll just put 4 scoops of this coffee into the filter. All right, so we're all set to go, just waiting on the water. I've seen and read things where you're supposed to run hot water on the filter before you put the coffee in there. I'm not getting into all that. We're just checking to see how this stuff works here, people. Okay, so I also just brewed a pot of coffee in my normal coffee pot. So that way we can compare both the taste and the look of those two coffees as they come out. Okay, so at 3.5 minutes, the water's done. So we'll pull that off. Now, what they say first is starting in the middle, you pour a little bit and around to the outside edge. And that's just to kind of expand the coffee grounds. So they say you let that run for about 30 seconds. And this is the magic to release the aromas and flavors of the bean. So they also say you should use fresh ground coffee. I'm not getting into all that either. Okay, it's been 30 seconds. We can see that the coffee grounds are a little bit more expanded than they were before. And then you're supposed to pour the rest in a circular motion from the outside to the in. So we'll just keep it at a steady pour so that way it doesn't overflow out of the filter. Sorry if I'm making anybody have to pee. So I think this is where that gooseneck kind of makes a difference, so you can get this slower pour. Okay, and then after all the water is in there, it's supposed to brew for 5 minutes. So we'll let that go. Okay, that was about the most excruciating 5 minutes of my life, but let's go ahead and see what we got. We'll just take this. All right, so there we are. So this carafe does have a little spout on the side there, so that's good. That should make the pouring much easier. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the color. So I definitely see a much darker color in the pour over versus the coffee pot. Now, for full disclosure, we did not measure out the exact same water, the exact amount of coffee, and run through each, so of course that could play a factor in it, but I know what my coffee tastes like. So let's see. Regular coffee. Yep, tastes like coffee. And now let's test the pour over. So there is definitely much better flavors coming out of the pour over for sure. You can taste a lot more of the coffee. It does feel a little bit more acidic than the regular coffee, but yeah, it tastes pretty good. So definitely a fan of it. I wouldn't say this is the only way I'll ever prepare coffee again. I mean, you see there's a lot of steps involved and it's a little tedious, and I kind of like just throwing the stuff in there, pushing a button and be done with it. But, you know, anytime I got some free time or maybe camping or just, you know, want maybe have a special coffee blend or something, I would definitely, you know, go the pour over route for it. All right, so let's talk about the products itself. So like I said, sure, fan of the pour over, tastes good, won't be an everyday event for me. The carafe itself, like I said, it's pretty cool looking. Just looks like a scientist beaker with a couple pieces of wood, leather strap, and the bead, just to kind of keep your hand, because obviously the glass part gets a little bit warm. Love the fact that it has the spout on there. And also love that it has the reusable filter. I'm sure coffee snobs will tell me, oh, it's got to go through paper. But I don't like buying 100 coffee filters. Okay, my coffee pot has reusables. This has reusable. I just don't like dealing with filters. I like that it comes with a scoop, so that way you know exactly how much you should be putting in there. When I was doing some research on pour over coffee, I see people with scales weighing things out. Look, I'm not a coffee dealer. Okay, I don't need scales. I just want a scoop. So glad that it comes with that. For the kettle itself, I think the kettle looks kind of cool. This gooseneck definitely did make it much easier for doing that slow pour. Nice cork handles. I think this will hold up to 27 ounces. And as you saw, for 16 ounces it boiled water, and I think we said it was 3.5 minutes. The only thing that I wish it did have was maybe a temperature control in case you wanted to make things hotter or colder, because once it hits that temperature, that button flips up and that's it. That's as hot as it's getting. Not saying that it's not hot enough. The temperature's perfectly fine, but it would be kind of cool if you could change the temperature. I know there's ones out there that you can change the temperature on, but look, I was trying to get in as cheap as I could. And I'll put the link for all these products down below. But you know, this thing I think I paid like 20 bucks for, but I saw them ranging quite high for something to catch coffee. So overall, definitely pleased. Like I said, it won't be an everyday thing, but it will be a nice every now and then treat for myself. So are you a pour over fan, or are you a regular coffee fan? Is there a difference for you? Go ahead and put that down in the comment section so we can see what it is that you like. And other than that, that's going to do it for this review. If you have any specific questions about the stuff that we went over today, please put that down in the comment section. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. And as usual, if there's something that you want to see reviewed, please put that down in the comment section. And let me know if there's something in particular you want tested with that product, so that way we can make sure that we get that testing done. I'll reach out to the company, see if they'll sponsor the video, and we'll push that out. Other than that, if you found this review useful, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button so that way it can get seen by more people. And if you'd like this kind of content, please hit that subscribe button. And if you hit that little bell, you'll get notified anytime something new releases. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Bye.